Marcel, where are you going with that disc? You are not putting that on again. Marcel, okay, if you press that button, you are in very, very big trouble.
Attention. Everybody stop what you're doing. It's time for The Unwritten Rule, a Mizzou sports podcast brought to you by the Believe Network, alongside Payton Haverman and Kenny Van Doren. Here is your host, Jack Knowlton.
Welcome back to The Unwritten Rule, presented by FanDuel. Today is Monday, April 13th. Monday the 13th. I don't know where that ranks on the unluckiness days of the 13th of the week. Someone should do that. If it's not Friday the 13th, is there like a luck scale? If you're not, Friday is obviously the worst. Which day would be the second worst? I don't know.
Sunday.
I think someone should develop that. Maybe. So we're one day away. Happy Monday, everybody. We've got more Portal to talk about. The Tigers are continuing to be linked to names. Everybody should go over to Mizzou today and follow Kenny's transfer tracker. That's where I've refined my tier lists of players that Mizzou has been mentioned for in the transfer portal. I have a big old running list going. But we are going to talk about a few of them. And Kenny came up with the genius way to do that. Kenny, explain to the people.
All right, we got two wheels, more for the YouTubers to see this, and then we'll just read it out for those who are just listening on the podcast format. But the first wheel is just a set of names. So it's a first person that gets selected on the wheel. They will go first. And then the next wheel will give them a position, and they will choose one player they think best fits that position for Mizzou in the transfer portal. Jack brought up that, what if there's a guy that Mizzou hasn't been directly connected to publicly? Can you still take it? Yes. And if you guys want to play along at home, if you got names, go for it. But Jack will disclose that if he picks a name that we don't know if they're directly connected with Missouri. So with the first wheel, we'll spin it.
If your name is Jack Itch. I thought that said Jokic.
Oh,
Payton, you're the winner for your positions. If you guys want me to change them, I will, but I just have as point guard, power forward, and center.
Yeah, I figured just guards, wings, and bigs was the way to go.
I'll do that instead.
You power forward, center. It's the same thing, but
all right,
bugs
going.
Please just give me guards. Just give me guards. Guards. Stop.
Your wish is the wheel's command.
Okay. That's good. Because, it was the other ones had too many obvious names. So, all right. So, the name I mentioned to you guys before is actually one Missouri has been linked to publicly. This was one John Rothstein linked to them. I'm going to go with Christian Hammond here at the guard spot. Now, why Christian Hammond? Well, I'll tell you why. That's kind of the point of this whole deal. First of all, Torvik has him rated as the second best player on a very, very good Santa Clara team this past year. 3.5 points above replacement per game. That is second to Alan Graves, who I don't know if you've seen on Twitter, if you're following along in the portal. Every analytical site thinks Alan Graves is the greatest thing since sliced bread, like literally the best player ever.
It can be vouched for if you've watched Santa Clara this season too. He's good.
Yes, I did. I watched a little Santa Clara. I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't pay attention too closely to who was playing well, but I'll take people's word for it. Santa Clara was awesome this year, and Hammond was a big reason for that. Averaged 15.6 points per game, 3 rebounds per game, 2.5 assists per game. I think he could be. I've kind of come to to terms with the fact that it's going to be Crowe probably handling the ball, running the point for the most part. But I think Hammond could be a good complement to him. Kind of that one. He could probably mix in at 1 and 2. I will say his turnover rate does give me a little bit of pause. It's not fantastic. His assist rate isn't fantastic. It's not bad. It's a little bit of a pedestrian, 14.6%. He averaged 2.5 assists this past year and averaged 1.7 turnovers. So you'd maybe like to see an uptick in that, but what kind of pops out off the page with Hammond is he's kind of a threat at all three levels. Over 52% on 2-pointers, near 40%, 39.7% from 3-point range. Pretty good on close twos, pretty good on far twos as well. Shot 48.5% there. I don't want him taking many of those, especially with Crowe in the fold, but certainly someone that seems to be more than capable of being a good threat on the backcourt, can take some of the attention away from Crowe. Now, the drawback here also is Missouri is competing against NC State. NC State also got the first visits. I believe he's visiting there as we recorded. So by the time this comes out, he might have committed already. I don't know. I go with the info I have, not the info I want. So that's going to be my guy. I'm a big fan. I like the look of Christian Hammond. I'd love to see a little bit of a better assist to turnover. But, and honestly, Torvik, his 14% turnover rate, it's got a green box around it. That means it's not that bad, is what green means. So,
yeah, I mean, Kenny, I don't know if you want to weigh in on Hammond at all. Payton kind of already laid it out, but in terms of Mizzou being a player here, it feels like him and Graves are both very desired out of the portal. I will say Payton on my tier list, I have him in the throw a cartoon size bag of money tier, along with a few other of the big names that Mizzou has been linked to in the portal. But Kenny, I don't know if you know any more.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought up the visit to NC State, Payton, because he already has 2 predictions in favor of the Wolfpack as well.
Great.
So either way, you're going to be happy.
No, I'm not. No.
Okay.
I like Hammond. Yeah, that's he's a scorer. That is what he does. I think you can trust pretty much anyone who comes out of that Santa Clara program, whether you're a college team or an NBA team. They've been a little bit of a factory over there. I don't know, Kenny, is this in your rules? Can I throw out a couple of other names and see if Payton has looked them up at all?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because obviously, I mean, the guard position is a very, very interesting one. I mean, this is in theory not in theory, in practice, who is going to be the backcourt mate of Jason Crowe. And to me, that's like, it feels like kind of a difficult thing to analyze because, of course, we only know what Crowe is from his high school tape. And obviously, the scoring stuff is going to translate. But the hard part for me with a guy like Crowe is how much of the offense does he become in addition to that? Is it a true, I feel like I see so many people in Mizzou's cycle or circles put him, just at the one. Does Dennis Gates want to have him playing off someone and have someone kind of feeding him shots? Are you going to just let it be? I keep going back to this guy, but like a Darius Acuff situation where he's just creating everything for the offense and obviously doing all of his scoring that he does so well. What do you want that to look like? So that goes into what Payton was talking about with when you look at the traits of some of these guys, which ones pop to you more? A couple of guys on your list, Kenny, the one that I really like in the backcourt is, and again, I don't even know, he might even be less linked than Hammond at this point. I paid less attention to the upcoming visits and more just what I liked analytically about some of these guys. But the guy I really liked was Jalen Cox from Colgate. Really impressive scoring numbers as well. He was at 18 points a game, shot over 50% from the field, 36.5 from threes, 85 from the free throw line. He's 65th in assist rate. He averaged 1.7 steals per game. He was top in the top 400 in effective field goal percentage and top 300 in true shooting in the country. So efficient scorer. His 3-point numbers went down last year from his sophomore year. I think he's a junior. And his scoring got better. He's clearly a guy who can pass. And then the other thing I kept looking at with these guards and the ones that you had on your transfer tracker list, Kenny, was like looking at the defensive side. to me, one of the biggest things with you talk about taking stuff off of Crowe is, can you take a lot of pressure off of him defensively by pairing him with a guy who can get even close or half as close as to what Anthony Robinson was last year. And Cox brings a lot of that. It feels like with the perimeter defending. So he's who I circled at guard. I don't know if either of you took a look at him at all, but I really liked him when I was looking at his numbers.
Looking at Torvik, I mean, he took the 6th most amount of 3-pointers on the team. I probably would prefer someone with a little more range personally, but I'm not going to hate on it too much. I mean, like you mentioned, assist rate, very good. Turnover rate is okay. The true shooting percentage, very good as well. Effective field goal percentage kind of pedestrian. Little worried about the usage rate. I've never really been a super big fan of like usage rate transfers, especially when you're going to have his backcourt mate. Let's face it, he's going to get the craziest usage rate we've seen under Dennis Gates probably. It's going to make Mark Mitchell look like Drew Bucks. But we will certainly see what they're thinking at guard sooner rather than later. I could see them going after someone like Cox, but I haven't heard. I know Kenny has it down on their official contact list. I don't think I've heard, and this kind of goes for most transfers in the portal. I mean, there's been such little movement across the country. Just haven't heard a whole ton since that initial linkage.
Well, I think again that maybe is where the conundrum is quite nice with having a guy like Jason Crowe, where it feels like you can go a few different directions with who you want to pair with him. So there's, you can make an argument for kind of a wide range of play styles at the guard position, which again makes it really intriguing. But I like Jalen Cox. I also liked TJ Birch, the guy out of Wright State. I thought he was pretty interesting. Number 1 in the country in steal percentage. So you talk about a guy who, can maybe fill that Anthony Robinson void defensively. That I was just like, whoa, when I saw that on KenPom. But yeah, you want to spin it again, Kenny?
Yep, back to the wheel.
To the wheel. Oh.
All right. That is me. Jack, you'll be going last. Is there one you want more than the other, Jack?
I don't care.
Bigs.
We need a little sound effect to play while we're spinning.
Oh, you guys don't hear it?
Oh, does it play one? Does it go like
plays it? There was a tab that I should have clicked that would give it to me, but I guess I didn't get it. That's okay. Okay. So I got the bigs.
Who's going to be Mizzou's starting center, Kenny?
Should I go chalk, Payton? Should I go chalk?
I don't think Aiden Sherrell's happening.
No. I wasn't saying it.
You're going the other chalky route.
Yeah, we'll just talk about Bryson Tiller first, just because he was listed on the visitors list for Missouri this weekend. As of now, when his top schools were reported, it was Arizona, Michigan, Miami, and Missouri. And Miami had another one on his profile as a visit for this past weekend. 7.9 points, 6.1 boards, and 1.3 blocks average per game this past season as a freshman at Kansas. I looked it up and I couldn't figure it out. I don't think there's ever been a transfer between. I tried to find an article if there was a. Oh, okay. Well, that's.
Oh yeah, Parker Brown.
Does that count?
No, you mean directly. You mean directly.
Directly, yeah, directly. I don't think there has been one because he had a. Where'd he go? Did he go to
Santa Clara?
Santa Clara, yeah. Double mention.
So maybe you can't trust everyone that comes from Santa Clara. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. But that's 3 years of eligibility there. Getting him on campus this early is a good thing. Getting him on campus after a trip to Miami, reportedly, I mean, that's good as well for Missouri. And, you're trying to replace the production of Mark Mitchell and just replace your opportunities to score on the interior as well. Bryson Tiller checks off a lot of boxes for Missouri.
Payton, I think we can bring in the conversation you and I had privately to the pod, which is, we'd been seeing a lot of the same stuff where, I think people have seen this hype happening and already putting in the potential of what a lineup looks like with Bryson Tiller in it. There's a lot of discourse I've seen about him at the the 5 versus him at the 4. Bryson Tiller can absolutely play the 5 at the college level. I think everyone needs to remember, one, I've looked at 2 teams in the Big 12 like this when I've looked at guys who've entered the portal from there, and Kansas is one of them, BYU is the other, where I felt like both of them were pretty flawed. They were built around in Kansas's case, a star who didn't play half the season, and in BYU's case, I think some of those guys struggled around him, around DeBonsa, but that's a story for another time. But the other thing about Kansas is they had Bryson Tiller, they had Flory Badunga, who just, got paid a fortune to go to Louisville for good reason, who was a very elite, one of the most elite interior, presences on both sides of the ball in college basketball. And it's hard to pair a guy like that with him. Having Bryson Tiller as your 5 would certainly be far from a bad thing, in my opinion. I looked at him on KenPom. 2 fun comps for him. This is one of my favorite parts about the KenPom is it'll put, players similar to in just their numbers. One of them was Sandro Mamukulashvili, who plays for the Spurs now and was at, Xavier? No. Which Biggies? I forget which Biggie school is. I think it was Xavier for a while, like an undersized big who just was a really good rebounder in the NBA. The other one's Isaiah Mobley, who is not better than his brother Evan Mobley, but was a good center for USC in his own right. So I don't think if it's Tiller at the 5 would be an issue. I think that felt like a big talking point around him. And yeah, Kenny, you nailed it. Would be a big time ad if Mizzou can secure his services, which they're trying to do, it seems.
Yeah, Tiller, whether he's if Missouri could add a 5, for Tiller to go out and play the 4, and then you mix and match the pieces, go crazy. I don't think they need to, though. Like you said, guy's 6'11", 240. He can play the 5 at that size. I know. When we first got that news that he was interested in Missouri, I thought he had played the 4, and he did. But I mean, his skill set might even be more geared towards being a 5. I mean, it's not like he had crazy good shooting splits it's not like he showcased that he has a super dynamic offensive game at this time. I'm not saying that means Missouri should be hesitant to go and get him. They should absolutely go and get Bryson Tiller. This is for multiple reasons. Just from it would be the best, most talented 5 Missouri has had under Dennis Gates. It would be very, very, very telling that they're able to go out and win let's face it, definitely what is going to be a sizable bidding war in a year where you're only going to have a top 10 to 15 recruit, depending on the recruiting service you look at, in the fold. It's going to be the only season Crowe is here. To go out and get someone with that pedigree, who, yes, it wasn't a crazy dynamic offensive season for Bryson Tiller at Kansas, but it was still a very good year on a team that wound up earning a 5 seed. So I think there's all the reason in the world to do it. I don't think people need to get bogged down on if he'll play the 4 or the 5. It really, at the end of the day, it works itself out. Dennis has kind of always been a positionless basketball guy. This year, you did see more of the roles. Mitchell was a 4, Phillips was a 5, Pierce played the wing. But traditionally, I don't think Gates always loves to do that. So I think a guy like Tiller could work very, very well.
You bring up a good point with Dennis too. The way he has used his front court has changed based on who has been in it. And the last 2 seasons, it's been Mark Mitchell, who I think is a guy we're going to end up taking for granted just with how skilled of a forward he was, and kind of the skill set he brought. He's going to have to change the way he uses his front court without a guy like that in it anymore. You can't just replace him like for like. He loved some of the big-to-big stuff with him going to Sean Phillips. I don't know how much we're going to see that, if there's not someone that can get whoever Mizzou adds at center of the ball. There's a lot of moving parts. Tiller is a really talented player, and will find a way to fit in if Mizzou can get him. I got another name for you, Kenny, as a center, and I can introduce another tier I had on my list. It's the Trey Gomillion good role player potential tier. And the guy I was excited to see that he got added to the transfer tracker, because I was going through and looking for connections to Dennis and Mizzou, and this guy came across my radar because he's from the Chicago area, East Chicago, Indiana, and I might butcher his first name. Is it Okechukwu Okiki from Albany?
That was my other choice. Like, if I hadn't gone the chalk route, and I feel like we just had to talk about Tiller, that's where I was going to go.
Yeah. I mean, if you have anything to add on him, I wrote down a bunch of numbers. He's again, it feels you don't want to plug in, your starting big to assume a kid from Albany can take a big jump up to the SEC, but he's got some numbers that are pretty intriguing. He averaged almost 11 points per game. He is a old school Jeremiah Tillman style center. He shot almost 70% from the field. I think he took 1 3-pointer. 2 seasons at FAU. He was at Albany last year. His first year there, or his second year at FAU, only played 6 games, but in the top 200 in offensive rebounding percentage, top 400 in defensive rebounding percentage. He was 33rd in block percentage last year. Again, I'm not saying you need to add a kid like this and he's going to be your starting center, or you even assume that, but you know what you're getting. He's a 6'10", guy who you can stick in the paint and hope can maybe block some shots for you. So if nothing else, that traditional big seems to be very trendy in the portal these days, and he is that. So I threw his name down. American
East Defensive Player of the Year. His agency, GSW Worldwide, told Sam Kaiser his list, and not the craziest list. Texas, Mizzou, West Virginia, South Carolina, Utah, Maryland, Virginia Tech, UNLV, Cal, Tulsa, George Washington, San Jose, Western Kentucky, Fresno State, the schools in contact.
He turns the ball over a lot. A lot.
I didn't look at that.
That's never bugged you before.
Right. He turns it over 24.5% of the time.
That is a lot.
Maybe a guy you would never throw it to offensively, except on lobs. But like you said, I mean, this isn't a guy you'd probably rely on coming in and being a starter right away.
Yeah. And I mean, you need kind of big depth, I think, no matter where you can get it. And,
I will say, though, you get Burns back in the fold. I don't think you'd like for this guy to start per se. I mean, is it maybe a bit redundant at that point?
Yeah, potentially.
I'm just throwing some hypotheticals out there at this.
Potentially. I do think, people want to see Trent Burns take a leap. He certainly flashed some stuff there. But, again, in the category of bigs.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
It's the Trey Gomillion role player potential tier. It's not, it's not the superstar tier, but and again, he's got the Chicago connection to Gates, which I always think some of that stuff's fun. Okay, I have some wings. Then is what I understand. I don't know if Kenny wants
Buffalo garlic parmesan. Where are we going? That's a chicken wing joke for you guys.
Wing nuts.
For y'all listening to this.
Payton, you've never been to Room 40, have you?
I don't think he's ever been to
No,
Room 40.
I have some wings. Obviously, the big name here in the Bryson Tiller level is Jameer Jones from Providence, another freshman last year, also one who's been pretty heavily linked to Mizzou in recent days, almost 12 points per game. 57% from the field. He did shoot 38% from 3. That number is very deceiving. I think he took 31 threes all year. So he's not a 3-point shooter. But, certainly a scorer that did a lot of high-level stuff there at Providence. The guy a little bit further down, who I will mention, actually, this guy first that I mentioned, I think I brought him up previously when your transfer tracker first came out, Kenny, was McBride from James Madison. I have no idea how involved Mizzou is there, or if other schools are ahead. but 15 points a game last year, shot 40% from three, was 55% effective field goal, almost 60% true shooting percentage. He nearly doubled his 3-point volume from last year, and his percentage jumped from 24% to 40%. So clearly added that to his game. Pretty good defensive rebounder, high major player with Oklahoma State before, also played with Nevada. And then the guy that got added recently, also with the Mizzou connection, comes by way of BYU. It's Kennard Davis. I was intrigued. I was intrigued by Kennard Davis. 8.5 points a game. Again, I think BYU, when you watched them last year, was a pretty flawed team. Once they lost Richie Saunders, the wheels kind of fell off for them. Obviously, you have a guy like DeBonsa who is just so dominant and did a lot of things really well at all three levels on both sides of the floor. I do wonder how Davis was kind of affected by that. When I was looking at his numbers, I was comparing him. He spent 2 seasons at Southern Illinois before going to BYU. And I kept looking at his numbers and comparing him to how he was at the mid-major level. And I sort of wondered if he potentially had a little bit of an Anthony Robinson effect with him, where he joined that BYU team. It didn't end up proving to be enough of a fit. But back at Southern Illinois, he was a super high volume 3-point shooter. I think it was 37.5%. Did drop at BYU, and he was on pretty much the same volume. So if there's a potential concern there, his rebounding numbers, he was at near 5 per game. That went down to almost 2.5. But, there was clearly a lot of intriguing upside that brought him to BYU in the first place. And you do wonder if maybe a change of scenery could help him a little bit. Payton, he does not turn the ball over a ton. So that helps your situation there. And then he is from St. Louis. He went to, is it Vashon?
It's Vashon. I mean, it's a big basketball school. That's where Jimmy McKinney coaches now. And his son goes
weird
there.
Recruitment in the portal, didn't he?
Yeah, he was linked to Mizzou last cycle as well. Yeah. And I think it was kind of looking like he wasn't going to end up at the high major level, but then he did. I mean, it kind of just seemed like he was like a late ad almost to BYU, wasn't he?
Yeah, I remember it was a weird, because there was I'd have to go back and look at some of it, but I remember it being kind of a saga with him last year.
I put that out of my brain. I actually don't remember that, but so maybe there's some stuff from that time. He was but
a late ad. He joined the
late
team.
Ad and he started 32 games.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, late ad in the portal. I mean, he committed on April 25th, which wouldn't be late in today's terms, but the portal opened during the NCAA tournament last year, didn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, he was kind of sticking around for a while looking at spots.
Yeah. So I don't know how much that affected things with him. But again, I think BYU, once Saunders got hurt for them, I don't think there was a bigger felt injury for any team in the country. You wonder how that threw things off for guys like Davis. Maybe a change of scenery kind of can kickstart some stuff, because he has some really intriguing numbers from that last year at SIU. So,
yeah, I didn't think the shooting efficiency really jumped off the page at me. When I was looking at him, I mean, I think he's one of the first guys off the bench if you're looking at him for Mizzou, right? Is that what in your mind?
Yeah, I mean, it can be a guy that it kind of depends on the upside, right? Maybe he, starts like that and then, kind of has a little bit of a ramp up and gets better and better as the year goes on, or he maybe sticks in that role. But yeah, you look at, it just depends on who you land. I think the only 2 definitive starters you have right now, regardless of transfer portal avs, are Crowe and probably Trent Pierce. I don't think you're bringing Trent Pierce off the bench after the year he ended up having. So who those other guys are is a little bit dependent on, if you can land a Taylor, if you can land a Jameer Jones, those guys are starter level quality players. So yeah, I think definitely it would be a critical role player to, 4th, 5th starter level guy, I think, that you get in Kennard Davis. So there you have it. I've enjoyed looking at all the names. seeing some of the guys that have been linked, kind of tier ranking them and doing all that stuff. That's been fun. Do you guys want to know my last tier? It's the lowest one. It is the Jesus Carolero tier, and it's the guys that I look at their stats and it just makes me think of Jesus Carolero. I won't name names for now, but there are a couple guys.
I will. They were linked to a guy that averaged like 5 points at Grambling State.
Ricky Ballard. He is in the Jesus Carolero tier. It's him and Laurent Rocker. I am naming names. I lied.
I don't even know who that one is.
That was the North Carolina A&T guy.
Didn't he only play like 5 games? And we talked about this last time.
That's literally Jesus Carolero.
Yep.
There was that one photo of Jesus Carolero against Duke.
There is.
Kyan Evans is back in the portal, right?
Yeah, but the consensus is Minnesota.
Is it?
Oof.
Okay.
Don't know about.
I would have been interested in that.
So there you go. There's a bunch of names, and some discussion. You're right, Payton. It feels like it's been a very slow burn for how many players are in the portal in terms of big kind of eye-popping commitments. Louisville's been good. Iowa State's landed a bunch of guys. That's sort of been it.
Iowa State's landed a lot of guys, and they're like not obscenely high ranked for the most part. Even it's interesting.
They did get Graves from Robert Morris. That was a big one. He's a good player. All right, we will keep it rolling. We've got some other Mizzou topics to bring up. We will do so on the other side in Quick Hits. Okay, Quick Hits time. We'll finish out the show. We've got Ken Sports Shorts, Kenny.
Yep, Daily Dozen. You guys know the drill. Top left, NFL. Linebacker Derek Johnson spent 13 seasons and made 4 Pro Bowls with this
Let him read the
AFC
question.
team
You're so bad at this.
after they took him in round 1 of the 2005 draft.
Underrated linebacker.
NBA, after this stint in Toronto, Terrence Ross played for this Eastern Conference team and averaged over 15 points per game from 2018 to 2021 while coming off the bench.
Terrence, you like Orlando. It's warm.
Play the song, Kenny. Whoa, Orlando
Surprised
Magic.
you don't have that on your board. After previously winning at the 2009 Masters, this South American golfer lost in a 2013 sudden death playoff to Adam Scott. Payton.
Oh, is this Schwartzel or is this Oosthuizen? I think it's Schwartzel.
You're the golf guy, man. Oh, wait. Oh, my God. Look at this.
Is it Charles Schwartzel? Is that right, Payton?
Yes.
Wow, that's like the one time.
Oh, it's Oosthuizen. Oh, my God, you idiot.
It goes to Keith. He's a mythical flying ace and morale booster who's alleged to have shot down 6 Russian planes for this country.
Ukraine. It's Kiev, Kenny.
Sorry, I don't live there. Celebrity mashup. That's the guy from Yellowstone.
He's got a very very pointed face.
Who's the guy from Yellowstone?
Like the main character?
Kevin Costner?
Kevin Costner.
Oh, no, it wasn't Louis
I don't
Oosthuizen.
think
I'm not going to lie. I was looking that up. It
I
wasn't
don't
even
think that's
Louis
Kevin
Oosthuizen.
Costner, but that's okay.
Pick the woman.
For $100, name a woman. Or no, it's just $1.
Won it in 2011. Damn.
Kind of looks like the mom from Full House or from Home Alone.
Oh,
Sure.
oh my
The
gosh.
young version. She passed away recently.
This is terrible. She just passed away. I don't think that's definitely not her though.
All right, well, we got to put something down.
Gotta put
Catherine
Catherine O'Hara. I don't think that's her, but wait. Is that a Jenner?
Oh, it could be. Kris Jenner. Is that Kris Jenner?
I'm kind of getting Jenner
Isn't it-
vibes. Maybe Kylie. You go for Chris. Either one. I don't know.
No, we'll go Kylie. Looks younger.
Kind of getting.
Can you go back to the golf
Hey,
one for a
neither.
sec? Okay, that says South American. I was totally giving you guys South African.
I think Kenny
golfers.
said South African. We might have to check the tapes on that.
Might have to check. Yeah, I was like, oh well, there's
I
two.
forgot you guys can't read either. My bad.
Yeah, I didn't pay attention to it. I was trying to
Chain
find
restaurants.
song.
To compete in the spicy chicken game, what fast food chain is currently offering Diablo dusted
Oh my
crispy
gosh.
chicken nuggets? Peyton?
I have no idea.
Peyton, come on.
I don't know. It's definitely not Bojangles. It's not.
Isn't it
I have no idea either.
Burger King?
Sure.
No, I was wrong. Television. With a puppet as one of the main characters, this Nickelodeon sitcom ran from 1998 to 2002 and starred Robert Richard,
For
Rondell Sheridan, and Megan Good.
Sesame Street.
No, I don't know what it is, though.
I don't know.
Movies. Who starred in and directed the 2013 film The Secret Life of Walter Mitty? Do you guys know this?
Oh no! Oh no!
I have never seen it.
Oh my! Some of my
Dude, this
I
is
know
one
a
of the
few
best
people-
movies ever. It's in my top
Yeah.
5 on
A few people I know are gonna kill me for not
I'm gonna look
knowing
this
this.
up.
Can I
I'm
have
not
a
going
hint?
to tell you guys, but I'm going to look it up.
Zoolander.
Oh, is it
Ben Stiller?
Ben Stiller?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was.
Oh, I hadn't even finished looking it up.
I actually thought to guess that, and then I was like, "That's stupid," and then it was right.
Oh, wait. Is this the one where he like takes his kid to college?
No.
No, that's a different Ben Stiller movie.
No, this is like he works for Life magazine. They're closing, and he like has never done anything extraordinary in his life. He goes out and does a bunch of extraordinary stuff all at once. And he comes back and loses his job. But then he's the cover of Life magazine. Yeah, you can be the greatest. You can be the best. You can be the King Kong banging on your chest.
Good callback to past unwritten rules segment for the KCOU listeners.
Which, by the
It
way,
is
there was
all
an
good.
absolute winner that Kenny is in denial about to this
Yeah.
day.
Yeah,
I don't
It sure
remember.
is.
I have
and it's
no
not.
idea what you
It's
guys are
not.
talking
It's
about.
not King Kong.
Oh, golf. Angel
it was Angel
Cabrera.
Cabrera. I totally thought we were doing South African, and I was like, well,
Yeah,
there's
my
two
bad.
people.
Sorry. Whoops.
It might not have been you. Okay, well, we
Oh.
went.
Oh, Olivia
Oh,
Munn
And Tim Allen.
and Tim
Santa
Allen.
Claus.
I don't know why you thought that was Kevin Costner.
Me neither.
Oh, Taco Bell. I have heard about that. They do have chicken nuggets now.
I can't imagine what that.
Stay in your lane. Boo.
Cousin Skeeter for the Nickelodeon sitcom. I've never
Never
heard
seen
of
it.
that.
No idea.
seen it.
Absolutely no idea. I'm not too mad about that. That's a tough one. with the
Oh,
golf.
maybe. I might
Sorry.
have seen this before, but I don't know.
Kenny, your Tiger in the Wild.
Tiger in the Wild is a true Tiger in the Wild. I saw Jeremy Macklin at the mall on Friday night. Aaron told me, he's like, "Oh, you gonna go say hello?" I was like, "No, let him be." He was with his child. Very happy.
You were
Looked like
scared.
he was wearing a Kirkwood jacket, so repping the brand, repping his team, and but I thought that was cool. True Tiger in the Wild.
You
Yeah.
have a lot
My
of those.
second
I
one,
mean,
second one I've
Yeah.
done probably in this
Do
month.
you see any stores he went into?
yeah,
No.
Where's Jeremy Macklin shopping at the mall?
I did see.
Is it like the mall that I've been to?
Yeah, the one that we went to this mall once, Jack, and our friend Jacob Infante, who's been on the show before. We were just
boy.
walking in opposite directions from him because he was looking at his phone. And we were just trying to get away from him. He just could
See if he
not
would
find
notice.
us. Yeah,
Yeah.
he didn't.
Yeah, that sounds like him. If you know, folks. Peyton, your Tiger in the Wild.
My Tiger in the Wild is going to be Sophie Cunningham. Sophie Cunningham re-signed a 1-year deal with the Indiana Fever. So yeah, Caitlin Clarkson Forster is back. People seem pretty hype about it. By people, I mean just Pacers fans. She's not well liked by the rest of the league, as it turns out. But she is a true daughter / true son. I don't know if we make that distinction. But she is back with the Fever.
I do feel like she has a little bit of a Draymond Green reputation, it would seem, among the rest of the league. One of those you hate if if she's not on your team, you love it if she is. But the Fever fans get another year of that. Very exciting. For Sophie Cunningham, My Tiger in the Wild is going to go to Jason Crowe Jr. And I make that distinction because
Isn't that rich?
there might be more later on the Crowe family. Jason Crowe Jr., he was at the Nike Hoop Summit. He was on television, too. I think it was on NBC. Scored 16 points for Team USA in its 102-100 overtime victory over Team World. 6 of 11 from the field. He made 1 3, 3 free throws, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. He hit the game-tying shot to send the game for overtime. And I learned all that from our good pal Kenny Van Doren, who wrote the story about it. Thank you, Kenny.
Must be tough for you to hear all that.
Yeah, you hater.
Not at all. Not at all.
Tough for you to write about it, Kenny.
Yeah, he was just hating Payton. Like even earlier when he was talking about like potential fits next to Jason Crowe, you saw him in the background. He's just like,
I quite literally said
this shooting guard could be great next to Jason
it's a good
Crowe.
problem to have.
He's got another event coming up to Jordan Brand Classic this Friday, 9:30 p.m. Central Time, California.
Ooh, home turf.
What's Jason Crowe ranked on 3?
Right now?
Yeah.
Hasn't been an update recently, but he's 16th.
16th.
Moving on.
Headline. Kenny.
Headline, let's talk women's basketball. Indiana transfer guard Nevaeh Kafi commits to Mizzou women's basketball. She visited this past weekend, spent her first year of college basketball at Indiana, but she comes over from the high school ranks from a pretty prominent program in St. Louis and Incarnate Word. Won consecutive titles, multiple titles. She probably won 4 titles in her high school career. That's how good Incarnate Word has been on the on the girls basketball front in the state of Missouri. She averaged 8.5 points, 3.5 rebounds, 2.5 assists per contest. She also had a total of 28 steals in 32 games this past year, 5'10" guard. So 3 years of eligibility, 3 years of eligibility remaining. She's a second commitment. Joins the Tigers with Mackenzie Matherin, sophomore guard, or now I guess junior guard coming in. Oh, also sophomore as well.
She's
So
a
Sophomore too.
sophomore as well, coming in from Michigan. So those are 2 good ads. Mizzou's going after some Big Ten guards and trying to replace some of the talent lost.
Freshman guards too. Interesting. Going pretty young. I mean, I don't know what she was ranked out of high school. I know Matherin was ranked pretty highly. So interesting that they're going pretty young in the portal so far. Yeah, top 100 out of high school. Going for some upside.
Nice to get the in-state connection too. And yeah, 2 Big Ten programs poached 2 players from them. Delving into the other power conference ranks for some ads. Kelly Harper is building a program. Payton, your headline.
My headline, it comes from ESPN, and I'll admit I probably should have used the one right below this on the left there. But it's going to be Rory McIlroy wins Masters, first to repeat since Tiger Woods. It comes from Mark Schlabach. And now it looks like we're going to go over to Justin Rose, sees another opportunity slip at Masters. This comes from Dave Wilson. Kenny's trying to make fun of me, despite the fact that my pick to win the Masters came in third, despite having the longest bar.
Yes, that gets you that makes you a winner, right?
Yeah. You had to take back what you were going to say because it does mean a lot when you finish third at the Masters.
No, but does it mean a lot for your bet? Like, do you wins?
Yeah,
but you still get the red X.
Where did Tommy Fleetwood finish?
Doesn't matter. Same thing with Justin Rose. We both won as much as the other person.
Even if Rose won, I would have won as much as you.
No.
Yeah, nothing to say.
You would have had a green cube.
No,
I'm not even stuttering. You're just throwing words out there. Look at this.
Yeah, I told you.
What is this? Who put this down here?
I don't know what that is.
Thank you to FanDuel for the lines, but yeah, Payton.
Yeah, Justin Rose though. I mean, it was
plus 3.
Another top 5 finish. I believe it's his 5th or 7th top 5. I forget the exact numbers that they said. He's come in the top 10 a lot, in the top 5 a lot. at the Masters. He even was at 1.2 up, but he couldn't hold it together. He bogeyed 11 and 12. He had a very decent eagle putt on, I think it was 13, and he wound up 3-putting and having to walk out with par. That was when it was over for him. He had another chance at 16 to put the pressure on. He gave it a good run, didn't quite go in. Just couldn't make enough big shots down the stretch. His putter kind of banded him there. Another tough one for Rose, but I mean the real story, Rory, once again, this guy, the second he got off the schneid, has just been on a tear. He might never lose the Masters again. Who knows? But yeah, very fun Masters. I do wish somebody had just put a little more pressure on Rory to kind of make it
put pressure on himself on 18.
Yeah, he had a horrible drive, but I mean it wasn't really in doubt still, after his approach. He recovered well, he scrambled well. Yeah, if Scotty had made that putt on 17, it would have changed some things about that tournament, but wasn't to be. Cam Young kind of faltered down the stretch. His luck ran out. Rose kind of faltered. I mean, Lowry was a mess. Day didn't really make a move.
My guy Aberg did terrible. Plus 1,700. That's who should really be made fun of is me. I had the best odds on FanDuel, and Aberg, I don't even know what he finished.
Yeah, it was. If you scroll down there, it was Rose's 16th top 25 in 21 Masters starts.
He had no care in the world for what you just said, Jack.
Yeah, wow. Tossed it right out the window.
Yeah, no, Oberg was terrible. I don't know. He was not good.
It's tough. It was a fun. I watching Sunday was fun. I was still entertained. So
Ludwig Oberg.
Payton's missing his hat.
My headline, yeah.
Oberg wound up making tied for 21st. That might have been better than Fleetwood. Yeah, it was better than Fleetwood. So congrats, you did better than Kenny.
Kaboom.
He was trying his hardest.
I tried my hardest. My headline of the week.
I'm pretty sure Fleetwood was among the guys that went and celebrated Rory at the end too.
He did. Him and Lowry hugged Rory.
Wow, he was 4 over. Wow.
Try me hardest. My headline: report: Inglewood, Caliph.
Your mic just had a panic attack on us.
Report: Inglewood, Caliph, coach Jason Crowe Sr. leaving for assistant job at Missouri. That's right. My Tiger was Jason Crowe Jr. My headline: Jason Crowe Sr. He is joining the staff. So coming over with his son. We've seen this before, folks. Of course, it happened with Michael Porter Jr. and Michael Porter Sr. But if you want some credentials on Mr. Crowe Sr., also coached at Linwood. Kenny, I might need a correction on the timeline here. So Jason Crowe Jr. is just his freshman year at Linwood, and then he went to Inglewood, or was it 2 years? It was just his freshman year. Yeah, that's what I thought. I understood it right. But they won the first ever CIF title at Linwood. Jason Crowe Jr., Jason Crowe Sr. Then went 54-14 in his first 2 years at Inglewood. Of course, his son broke the California scoring record, 4,718 points. Jason Crowe Sr. also 13-year professional playing career before he started coaching. Played in New Zealand, Australia, Germany, Bulgaria, and Iran, among other places. That's my other fun fact.
Wow.
So he will be a part of the Mizzou staff. And yes, they did this, of course, with Michael Porter Sr., who was on staff with the women's program before and then joined the men's program when his son committed. Back
2 weeks late to this headline, Payton. Look at that guy. Just bringing out headlines from March 31st. Sheesh.
We didn't talk about it. All right. We didn't talk about it.
Okay.
Did we talk about it?
Like this report out here, and it's like it's not happened yet. Like we haven't seen a departure from Missouri staff just yet.
there's like a couple Memphis like fan accounts too, and some like smaller basketball reporter media accounts as well, pointing that Stephen Wright could be leaving for Memphis, and that would open up a spot if that happens realistically.
What was your favorite moment of the Stephen Wright era?
He recruited Cincinnati.
Did they get anyone out of Cincinnati?
What's your joke of the week, Payton?
All right, that's kind of what I thought that was going to. My joke of the week, this one comes from our favorite TV series, The Today Show. Guys, how do you cook an alligator?
On a
Oh my gosh, I know it.
on a grill.
On a grill.
Is it like a crocodile joke?
Yeah.
In a crock pot.
In a crock pot, yes.
Yeah,
Well done,
I knew
Jack.
it, I just couldn't.
Jack
figure
is
it
so
out.
good at these.
Kenny,
catch
you
up.
teed me up. No, Kenny, that was an assist from you. Don't let Payton come between us. Oh, all right, too
There
late.
goes Kenny.
Oh, he's fuming. He left the room and he's fuming.
He's
Put
got to
him
come back.
I put him back.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you everyone for watching and listening.
Kenny, get back in here.
Peyton, you have your Washington National, don't you?
I do. He needs to get back in here. Face the music. Come on, Kenny. Astros lost one World Series. It's okay. They won two others.
They might not win a game ever again.
I had two other headlines I thought about doing that I kept it more Mizzou based. So
Do you want to mention them real quick?
well,
No.
one of them
You don't have to discuss them. Just mention what they are.
it was going to be Doc Rivers.
Yeah.
And the other one was Chris McIntosh, no longer the AD at Wisconsin.
Yeah, good thing.
Those are
Anyways,
both homer ones. I picked a Mizzou.
2019 Washington National of the Week. Kenny, we're going to go with a big one here. When you think of the 2019 Nationals, who's one of the first players you think of?
Juan Soto.
Okay. Any pitchers spring to mind?
Steven Strasburg, Peyton.
Yeah, Steven
Say it already.
Strasburg. There you go. Steven Strasburg. Arguably one of the best years of his career. You could maybe argue it was his best. He stayed healthy. He pitched 33 games that year. Got to 209 innings pitched. Who would have thought that from Steven Strasburg? He pitched a combined after 2019. He parlayed that into a pretty big deal. I think it was like 6 years. He pitched 31 innings total after that. But he finished fifth in Cy Young voting, got MVP votes, finished 15th there, 3.32 ERA. Excellent year. He pitched so well in that postseason, too, I'll tell you what. In that World Series against the Astros, he made 2 starts, pitched 14.1 innings, struck out 14, and gave up 4 total runs. Steven Strasburg, 2019 Washington National League.
Good one. Might be the first one I know.
Good show.
Or knew of before he said the name. Juan Soto's the other one. Thank you everybody for listening and watching.
Washing. Thank you. Another reminder.
Wow.
Thank you for national this show.
Thank you for nationaling. We will
Thank
Soto
you for Anthony Rendoning this
We will
show.
Soto you all later. Please.
I'm gonna Soto screen you now.
Please Bryce Harper and subscribe.
Wasn't on that team.
Wasn't on the
unfortunately.
team, but I don't care. And yeah, well, I'm sure more Mizzou men's basketball portal stuff, more Mizzou women's basketball portal stuff probably, and plenty of others to follow. We'll see you all next time. Bye bye.